Okay, so here is Sue-Ann's little tutorial of how to use Google Classroom. Just from the beginner standpoint, just setting up a class and then giving them an assignment. And I'm going to show you how to do that, loading in from Google Drive. So first of all, of course, you need to be on the internet. So I'm on my MacBook, so I clicked on Safari. Doesn't matter what browser you use. You can see I'm on Screencast-O-Matic. Next, I'm going to go ahead and go to Google, and obviously it's frequently visited for me. And the next thing you want to do after that is make sure that you are logged in. If you're not, click on the little circle in the upper right corner there and log yourself in. It's just using your school credentials, of course, and make sure you're logged into your school account. Otherwise, anything you save, you'll have to share it to yourself. So I would always make sure if you're saving things to Drive, when you log into your computer, laptop, whatever device you're using, log into your Google School account so that anything you save goes into your Google School Drive, not your personal drive if you have one. Okay, next you want to click that waffle menu there, and they call it a waffle menu. I think it's kind of cool. So you get your waffle. On that waffle, yours might not have Classroom in the visible pane. If not, use the little dragging bar here because there are many, many, many apps within Google that we have subscriptions to or that are just offered. So here's Classroom, and you just click on the little green board. You can tell I have a bunch of classes. I have not gotten rid of my old ones because sometimes I will copy over assignments or activities from them. So I just keep them. It's not a big deal to me. You can see that I have my Gate and Steam Club class here. I have this year's class, last year's class, the book club for the district, year before last class. Anyway, oh, and this one, this is one that Wendy started for us, Tech Leaders and Kids. And then a couple other little things here. Okay, so you'll notice I didn't hit join on this, and I'm going to show you that kids and parents will need to click join when they look at their Google Classroom. The Google Classroom layout looks the same for teachers and kids, which is kind of cool because when we show them this, they'll see it. So what I'm going to do now so that you can add a class, you're going to click plus over here, and you're going to click create class. Now I'm just going to name this one Demo Class 2020. Section, that's more like for middle school teachers, high school teachers. Subject, doesn't matter, room. You can put your room number and click Create. You can leave any of it blank you need, but I would name it for sure. So it's creating the class right now. Okay, next, if you want to jazz this up, you see your class name is there. There's a class code here which will stay the same. You'll be able to copy that and send it to parents if you want. But if they're logging into their children's Google account for school, then all they have to do is click on that Classroom logo over here in the waffle menu. And they'll go in and they'll see that invite to join, and they just have to click join. Okay, so next, upload a photo. You can upload a photo in there if you want to. If you didn't want to upload a photo, just select a theme, kind of cool. So let's say I want this theme here. Okay, so it changed the theme, kind of fun. A little trend right now is to make your little Bitmoji go in here, which is really fun. Okay, so here is where you share to your class just a general stream. So you could say, welcome to my demo class. You can add any notes you want to. You can add a file here if you wanted to pin a file to it and just post. That's it. It's going to go to all students in that case. You can leave students out if you need to, which I'm finding I need to do with a couple of my students this time around. Okay, so the next important part is up here, and that is the classwork tab. This is where you can assign things that allow you to make an assignment, or in other words, a copy to each student, which is kind of cool. So I clicked on classwork. Now I'm going to click create. Okay, it gives you options. Assignment, quiz assignment, I'd avoid that with the little guys. Question, avoid that. Material, if you're not doing it as an assignment and you don't mind not assigning them each their own copy, you can click material. Or for me, I can go back to old ones and reuse a post, which is really cool. So I'm going to click assignment. It's the most often used. Now I'm going to give it a title. home activity menus. That's just what I'm going to do. Please choose any activities that are of interest to you and that will be fun for learning as a family. Okay, next I'm going to add a file. Now you can add it from Google Drive, which I would highly suggest pulling something from Google Drive. But if you're on your computer and you have files, you can go File and then select files from your device. Now I'm on a Mac, so I can just drag and drop it in there. But since I'm showing you this right now, I wanted to make sure that I showed you how to get a file. So I'm going to go to my distance learning file. And I'm going to go ahead and go to my home menu. Do I have it? At home learning menus. Okay, I see my picture. Choose. It's now adding it in there, and I'm going to click upload. Now it's making a copy into my Google Drive and into my classroom assignment. Okay, so there it is. Here is the beautiful part. Over here on the right, you see my assignment here, my PDF assignment. On the right, you have choices. Students can view file, but if you click that little down arrow, students can edit file. I'd avoid that. They will be editing yours. Or better yet, the best choice, make a copy for each student. Make sure you click that. Over here, you can decide if it's going to have points or be ungraded, all students, or if you're going to leave some students out. No due date, no topic. You can create topics here, which is going to make you a nice little menu of topic lists on that opening page of your classwork file. So I'm going to say activity menus. Okay, and that's all I need to do there. And I'm just going to click assign. It is assigning, and it is going to place it on that list. There we have. Okay, so that's how you do it. Now, if I wanted to add something to my Google Drive, this is how you add something to Google Drive. I'm in my Drive, and I'm going to click New and File Upload. Let's say I wanted to add in here my Boredom Buster challenge. It's just a Word document. It will convert it, and I'm just going to click Choose. It's uploading, and it will give you a green arrow down here, or a green check mark, when it is uploaded. So I know it's in there, and it's in my Drive. Now, I'm going to click on that file. Okay, there it is. It converted it over. Good to go. If you needed to move your files around, you're going to find your file, and I would go to Recents. Okay, there it is. These are my recent files. Now let's say I wanted to move this to a specific file. I can click on that, open it, and you just move it, which is kind of nice. So click on the 3-dot menu, move to, and I'm going to move that one to, not just in my Drive, clicked on my Drive, I'm going to move it to my distance learning folder. And you see it's blue, I chose it, and move. And move. Make sure you do it twice so that you're sure you want to move it. Okay, let me show you what my classroom looks like. So here's my current classroom. So you can kind of get an idea of how to use it. Currently, I've got my Team STEAM 1920 class. Okay, I know it's the right one because I chose the banner so that when I open it, I don't even have to read the title of the class. I just look at the banner and I know I'm in the right spot. Here is my general stream. This is the opening page of your class. If I had an assignment with a due date, it would be here. I chose not to put due dates on my assignments. I chose to allow my kids and their families to choose if they're turning it in this Friday or next. It's a whole thing of communication with families, obviously. So here's a stream of information that I've shared. I put their Flipgrid assignment there because I don't want to make it a true assignment. And then that beautiful classwork tab. And I chose to break mine up into submenus. I have distance learning spiral review, distance learning activity menus and calendars, just suggested menus of things to do for learning and fun. And then I have informational writing video lessons, reading review, STEAM/reading. I've got some reading hidden in there too. And then a huge section of math that's so big that I have a few more. So that's kind of how I organize that, and how I load into Google Drive, and how I pull from Google Drive to add. Okay, so if I wanted to create classwork, again, create. Super simple, only a few buttons to push, so it's very manageable. And that's about it. I can see my students here when I click people. Debbie is a co-teacher on mine so that she can assign intervention activities to certain kiddos. Here are my students. You notice that Ariel has 2 because there was a little glitch with her username, so they created a second one for her. Notice that it says invited and that she's not part of the class. So that's where you can keep track of which students have gone in and clicked join class. Okay, grades. Okay, I do have some things that I assigned out as 100-point items. I can see who has chosen to do those. I stopped doing the point value on there, so that was from before. Okay, so hopefully that helped. Again, log into Google, your school account, Google Classroom, and then up here the plus sign, create a class. Your students, when they log into Google, they will see the plus and they will join a class. It will give them a join a class option, and they just need to choose which one of these is here and click join. That's all. It will say join, plain as day. So hopefully that helps, and have fun with it, because it really is useful and it actually is fairly simplified. That's it.